Hello everybody, it's Ryan from No Review Playthrough here again with another show and tell. If you've watched any of our videos on the channel or some of the other show and tells, I'm very big on organization and keeping everything organized so that not only are things preserved and taken care of, but also I like having everything in a box. I can just grab the box, everything I need for the game session is right there. So for a long time we had the original Clank box and we had pretty much everything in here. I have the sunken treasures and the mummy map, whatever it was called. Those were all in here and we were able to store pretty much everything. And at some point I had everything in these little these are actually crayon boxes. They fit perfectly with sleeved cards and you can fit pretty much what we needed. So when we would play this before, we would have, like, I knew this was the gold, or not the goldfish, but there's the goldfish. This was the sunken treasures with all of its specific expansion cards. And then I had two decks from the original that I pretty much split because you never, when you put these together, you've got more than enough cards for a game session. So a lot of these cards were doubled, so I split and then I tried to put like some of the unique ones in one or the other deck. And so we would grab the expansion deck. Here's the mummy. I put that right on top so I know what expansion we wanted to play with. All the tokens were in this one. And then we would just grab whatever expansion we wanted to use, match it up with the map, and then we'd grab one of these. And I always kept the goblin on top to say this is the one we should use. So that meant we use this one next, and then I'd make sure I'd switch it out. Then we got the adventure partying. So this is all of the cards that came for the adventuring party. And so we might take an expansion, an original, and the expansion or the adventuring party and split it up just depending on how we wanted. Now at that point then I had all of the character decks in boxes here. So we have like 10 characters, so I had 2 per box. I would just match up their colors. These are actually from the Catacombs expansion. I moved things around a little bit. Then I put all of the maps in this box. So I kept this box and I had the 3 maps that we would have plus all the handouts for that map in this box here. Alright, so what I did is I wanted to make Catacombs is probably going to be our new go-to game now. So I wanted to make sure we could have all the new characters in here, plus the stuff. I don't know how much we're going to mix this up yet, to be honest. We'll kind of wait and see. I don't know if we'll go back to the old boards, but since I had another layer of these on top, which is for perfect. I mean, with the little foam blocks on the side here to kind of pad this out, it was perfect. So these used to have 6 boxes for characters on top. So when I took those out, this was allowing me to fit the maps boards in this box perfectly. Get right to the top. Again, these came from the expansion. I'll show you what I've got here. So now I've got basically kind of the extras now are in this box. So we can pull this out if we need any of the extras. Alright, so this took me a while to figure out how to do this, but I got pretty much everything. So here's what we've got. Alright, so we obviously have the new token sheet and the new rule book. Alright, so now what I have is I've got the starting tile right here on top. Obviously the dragon bag, and I've purposely shook all the tokens here so that they can sit in this little divot right here, so this lays almost flat. Alright, so this is where I had to manipulate everything. Now I did cut out the cardboard runner here that matched this, so this let those fit in just perfect. Because the main thing I wanted to keep was this for the tiles, because I didn't want just those loose or pushed up somewhere. I wanted to try and keep this as much as possible. So now I've got my 6. These are all 6 of our character boxes. So this has the plan management or something, the one with the actual minifigs. The miniatures, and so here's the what is this one? I forgot what's in this one. Oh, this box here has all of the explorers and everything with the goblin, and then all of our characters. And I pretty much got 2 characters per box. So I've got the figures or the meeples plus these plus the tokens for some of the other characters that they come with. So, and then because I'm a nerd, I color coded all of them. I just happen to have colors that match all of those. I just realized I don't need these then, because I had split these up. I'd forgotten I'd put those on the bottom when I was doing this today. I don't need these now. Because I believe that's the same box now. I think that's the Secret Tomes, the Explorers. So I don't think I need that. So I may have just saved myself some space. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, okay. So this is, okay, I must have taken these from the other box. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we don't need these. Boom, those are gone. All right, so we've got the standard cards and all of the new characters, because the idea is to be able to take the old characters and the, because they have better cards. They have better starting cards. We obviously have the tiles, all the tokens. These are geek boxes. So we've got all the small tokens, the lockpicks, the minor secrets, and then we've got the artifacts and the major secrets and the prisoners and things in there. So I was able to fit those. So I can probably just put those there. Actually, you know, it's not a bad idea to have, they're about the same height, right? No, they're a little smaller, but they're definitely not any taller. Maybe I just need these. That'll help keep the tiles. It's working. I don't know if I'd save anything, because now I was able to put those there, that on top. Okay, so I think I'll just leave that for now as maybe a buffer zone. Okay, now this took a little bit of work. This is all the dungeon cards for this expansion. All right, and this is an Ultra Pearl Eclipse, which I have Eclipse sleeves, and it fits perfectly in there. Now, because this, I found this was, if I put it upright like this, there's actually, this is angled a little bit here. So it fits slightly better by putting it upside down. I just have to make sure I have to lift out the whole box when I do that, because this way it was a little tight. I thought about cutting off this. Again, I've been doing this for a little while, more than I'd like to admit, maybe tonight. But that fits flush there. These are the character boards that came with the party expansion. And then, of course, the market card. Now, the one thing I don't have in here is the Clank area board. And I could put it in, but again, it's lid lift. And again, I'm being really picky about this, but I didn't like the lid lift. So this was the party expansion, because we only play with really 2 of us. So obviously the colors aren't going to match. We're not playing with 5 or 6, but if we start here with the 2-player, this area here is the exact same as the Clank board. And I was able to just slide that in there. Perfect. So, got the tiles. I'll figure out if I'm going to keep those or not, but those are nice little things here. And we put the bag and shuffle all the tokens so they sit off to the side when I close that. Put the starting tile up on there. And voila. So we can play almost, again, everything in here. I'm not sure if Danny kind of says, after we talked about playing, we may never go back to the other boards. If we do, we can just pull out that box. It's got the boards, it's got the expansions, and then obviously this so has all the characters in it. But for me, it was most important to have all the characters, where we're going to go, and then obviously our new box has everything here. That's what I really wanted to make sure, that I could get as many of our expansion characters in here with this new set, so we can play the expansion characters, because they're way more fun than the plain old starter decks that you get with this. And I'm pretty pleased with that. Okay, just real quick, one thing I forgot to add here. This box here has a bunch of metal pirate coins that I have off Amazon. This was in the original Clank box. We would use this. Obviously that would not fit in there. Maybe if I take out those little Dragon Shield sleeves, sleeve boxes, I might be able to fit this in here. And then we have this little treasure chest again. This has a bunch of metal coins in it too, but it's not a big deal. We don't really travel with our games, or very rarely travel with them. So we just kind of have a shelf over there on top where we stick a lot of our just dice and supplies that we use on a regular basis for kind of just any game. So that's where these are going to go, is just on that shelf. And then when we play, we just need to pull out one of these and go from there. So that's the only thing we didn't fit there. So we have no gold coin tokens in the box as it is. So if I were to travel with it somewhere, I would have to make sure probably to take this box here with me. And there we go. There's Clank. And pretty much again, I got this thread of the bag over here. There's Clank Catacombs now, our new favorite. And now we've got all the expansion characters ready to go and have fun with it. So I hope this helps. If you enjoyed it and if it's helpful, please leave a like, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.